What it do, baby boo? Kintsugi Koko here. Welcome to my quirky, eclectic vlog. Hope everyone had an awesome Monday. Today was a fun one. I tried paying for stuff with my pack of gum instead of my debit card. That was amusing. Oh, but today is day 2 of sharing things that I'm grateful for. Turning my lessons into blessings, because that is what we do over here. One of the lessons in life that I've learned to be so grateful, thankful, blessed for is all of my scars. Anybody got some scars that they're bashful or not proud of? Well, homegirls got tons. And the beautiful thing, though, I love, and I've talked about it a little bit too before in some of my earlier videos, like the Kintsugi theory of those blemishes just add to your beauty, right? It makes you unique, it makes you different, it makes you stand out. And I am so in love with every scar that I get, you know? There was times where I really injured myself, and the adults in my life with my high pain tolerance. I have a ridiculously high pain tolerance. But the adults in my life would be so upset. Like, you're not upset or screaming or hysterical about this, but if you had a scratch and it was from something that you didn't enjoy doing, you would be losing your mind right now. I mean, yeah, but I enjoyed doing it. So I'm not doing that now. But, however, I love all my scars. I believe one of my first scars I ever got was when was this one on my forehead? Let me see if I can get it. Right there, you can kind of see it. That was my chickenpox scar from when I was 5, I think. I had the chickenpox, 4 or 5 years old. That was my first one. And then I have a rainbow that connects this freckle to that freckle. And it was from my sister when she was like a toddler. She wanted something I had and I wouldn't give it to her because it was mine. So she clawed me. She connected 2 of my freckles together with her thumbnail. And then I got that one on my knuckle. Can't really see it. Right here. I almost know every single story to every single scar I have, y'all. That one I got accidentally burnt by a cigarette because I was running it down the hallway. And I ran into somebody's cigarette while they were smoking it. That did not feel pretty. That burns. If you've never been burnt by a cigarette, count yourself lucky, because that shit does not feel pretty. And that, having like that time when I got this scar, we were living catty corner from one of my childhood friends, and he was born with a cleft lip, and I didn't pay any attention to it, none the wiser. I just was like, okay, you were born with that. That has nothing to do, like, it wasn't your fault. I'm like, cool. He was my best friend. Him and I hung out all the time. And we used to play with the neighbors together, and we were attached at the hip. And I remember standing up for him one time on the bus while he was being teased and taunted by an old upperclassman. Keep in mind, we're in, like, elementary school, so this kid was, like, 4th, 5th grade. And it annoyed the crap out of me that somebody was picking on somebody for something that they had no control over. Like, why would you tease somebody over something they can't control? They had no control over it. It made no sense to me. And it agitated me. But I remember I walked up to the kid and put both feet we're on the school bus, put one foot on one seat and one foot on the other, and I got right in the kid's face and was like, pick on somebody your own size. We don't like injustice over here. It is strong within our soul. Oh, I could go through and tell you all the scar stories. However, I only have 15 minutes. And like I said, we have lots of scars and we know almost every single story. But I'll keep it short and sweet to the ones that are on my face. How about that one? Well, a fewer stories that shouldn't take the last 10 minutes to talk about. So I obviously had several incidences where I led to scars, right? And one of the next ones after the one on my knuckle from being burnt by a cigarette was actually getting in my own bicycle accident. My neighbor had a mountain bike, and prior to my friend's bike, I had always used backpedaling bikes. And so he had the mountain bike that had the hand gear brakes, and I was going down a hill, and we didn't know how to stop. And we kind of frantically grabbed a random brake. At the time, we didn't realize we could grab both, right? Because that would have just stopped the bike. And so the one I squeezed, I grabbed the front one. And so going downhill, I flipped the bike over and I slid across the asphalt. It was bumpy asphalt from the early 2000s streets. And trust me, any kids that would skate, roller skate, scooter, skateboard, whatever you want to, whatever it may be, that crap hurts when you skid yourself on it. And I skidded across it on my upper lip. And that is how I got, for a long time, people were like, oh, you have gum on your upper lip. Made no sense to me. I was like, okay. A logical person would immediately assume it's a scar and not, I stuck gum on my upper lip. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So I have all in my nose. It goes like up and into my nose. This all ripped open and I could stick my pinky through my lip. That was fun. That happened the same time I scarred up my elbow, but this one kind of actually went away. I got a little bit of discoloration. I actually kind of picked it up a little bit. You can see a little bit, tiny bit of discoloration. But I tore this all up and ended up contusing my bone here. And that was super fun. That was 15 stitches in my lip. And then I had to get 5 in my lip here and in my eyeball. Because 2 days before my 12th birthday, a chow chow decided to chow down on my face. And that was super fun. It was a friend's dog. I was actually really close with this dog. This dog and I hung out all the time together. Like, we'd cuddle on the couch, we watched movies. Like, we literally were buddies. And it just so happened I was saying goodbye. This dog was trained to guard a specific door. And we happened to be walking out that door because we had locked the front door to go out that door. And when I went out the door, I turned around to give the dog a kiss goodbye. And that is when it happened. And he was chewing on my face. And then I went to go push him off. And his tooth went in my arm as well. So I had to get 5 stitches. I almost went blind in this eye. The doctor said if it was like a millimeter closer, I would have lost vision in my right eye. And then I had my lip tore open. So I got to drink milkshakes all day for my birthday. But then ensued, you know, you'll probably hear me mention a few times, I was very bullied. Something about my aura just attracted bullies to me. I was an easy target, I suppose. But also, too, I always seen it as like they were hurting and they needed the extra love. So, yeah, that definitely put... I mean, I'm so thankful I had that mindset as a child. Because most children, I feel like, retaliate in a sense. Like, but for me, I very much was like, oh, you lack love. Let me love you. So I was bullied. I got taunted and teased for making out with dogs. Because that was what happened. But I have my own little... Oh, he's hiding right behind me. I didn't allow that dog act. I was teeny bit skittish for a few years to put my face up to another dog for a long time. So if I didn't know the dog deeply and I was very comfortable with the dog, I did not offer the puppy kisses. Or if I did, it was like I was behind their head. So I was like kissing like their ears or something. However, occasionally I get like PTSD flashbacks when I am saying hi to a new dog like that. But it does not happen nearly as much as it used to. And obviously I had my own little poochie that kind of helped me further along that development. But all of these too, like, I obviously learned watch where you're running. I learned don't borrow other people's things without their permission, especially if you don't know how to use them properly. I also learned that we need to be mindful and respectful of animals and their boundaries. Another one I have is there's this little one on my cheek. This one I'm fond of. I love that one so much. I used to have a puppy. His name was Bubby. We had him for a few months when I was in, I think, 4th grade. And he was super sweet. We got him from my mom's coworker. She had a litter of Bull Mastiff Boxer mixed puppies. He was so cute. He was the sweetest boy. And he got big so fast. He was gorgeous, though. And he very much bonded to me immediately. And he was very protective of me and my sisters. Bear in mind, I grew up with 3 of my 6 sisters. So he very much was bonded to me. So he would always poop in my bedroom on the floor if he wasn't let out in enough time. And he would sleep in my room with me. And we were laying in my bed one time. And a fly was buzzing around and it like landed on my cheek. And he seen it and then went for the bug. But then the fly flew away and his tooth nicked me. So it was an accident. He didn't mean to. However, and actually that happened before this dog bite did. By about a year and a half. It was kind of like a prelude, honestly. That one didn't bother me. Amazing. Like, I was just like, oh, he was protecting me from a fly. But then when this one happened, I obviously got a little skittish. But, you know, and I also learned, too, when you get a tetanus shot, or like a rabies counter shot, you're not supposed to tense your muscles. So when they tell you to count down from 10, you're supposed to be really chill and relaxed and not have any muscles clenched. Because if you clench your muscles, it hurts like way more than it would have if you just were relaxed and chill. I had a fear of needles. When I was a toddler, I got really sick and they had to draw blood or give me fluid or something. But the lady put the needle in my hand and missed my vein, and then she had to like dig in my hand to find the vein. And it hurt so freaking bad. And it gave my adolescent mind a fear of needles. Obviously, at 19, getting pregnant with my son, I had no choice but to get over that fear, because when you are pregnant, they are constantly drawing blood and poking you and running all sorts of tests. So it helped me get over my fear of needles. That and all my ink. But honestly, my tattoos, it's so different than needles in that sense of like drawing your blood, whereas like watching somebody draw blood out of your body is way more nauseating to me than somebody putting ink into my skin. But that's just my wonky way of my body brain functioning. That's a-okay. We don't care. It's all good in the hood now. You know what I'm saying? Of course you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I think that's all the scars on my face. Well, obviously I'm going to have a new one here from mermaids swimming in a pool. And I have one on the underneath of my chin because obviously right now, my nails are not that long. However, I just recently got acrylics done on top of acrylic. So like I got my nails done and then immediately got another pair. And that really weakened my nails. So they've been short for a little bit just because we're letting them grow back strong. However, prior to that, my nails are usually really strong and somewhat decently lengthed. And I move a lot in my sleep. And like I wear things like this. And if it gets caught, like I'll punch myself. And I think I nicked myself with my nail. And that's how I got the one under my neck there. But yeah, you know, we love our scars. I think scars are so beautiful. I love seeing scars on other people too. It makes my brain work in different ways to like figure out, ooh, what did happen there? And a lot of times too, I like guessing before I ask the person so then I can see if my guess is right. Because then I'm like, called it. Not that like that's a thing for me, but it's fun to like test my intuition, you know? But I love you guys big much, and I hope you find beautiful blessings in your lessons as well. Have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Toodaloo.